Those women just want to use you for your money. Why doesn't anyone want to be a stepdad anymore?
What up, this is Solo Travel ORD. I am back again with another video review, and we're gonna go over modern dating again, all over again, as usual. You know, we're gonna go over how the modern women, how they perceive dating and men and relationships. So without further ado, we're gonna jump into these videos. But before we do that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's go. Yeah, no simping. Let's check this out.
Pay, Apple Pay, Apple Pay, Apple Pay, Apple Pay. That's all, babe. That's just coming in, babe.
But think about this. You getting all this Apple Pay, and you don't respect these guys. You got a man, we know that you don't respect them. He basically bought your love.
That's princess treatment. That's energy. That's what guys need to start doing. I'm not going to die with that money. Spend that. Yeah, it costs to be a boss.
What does he get in return?
My time, energy, my consistency, me taking away time from my child for me to be with you. Listen, I'm a mother. I'm not going to take away from my son.
Real quick. You just answered it. He gets a woman that has kids with another man. He gets a single mom. That is not a flex. One, the kids is baggage. The other things is all intangibles. We're speaking about what's tangible. What he's giving you is something that's physical in the material world. Is attention tangible? No, that's not tangible. Meaning that it isn't an equal value exchange. He's giving up his hard-earned working money to you, and you didn't earn it. The man that you chose, I'll just go ahead and say it. That nigga is a simp. You got him in the customer zone. He's paying for your love.
Yo, just to touch on about what she said about her attention. These women believe that they are the prize and that they are everything. That's why to her, her attention seems like it's a lot for a man. When in actuality to us, that means nothing. Because there is other women that can give us attention. When it comes down to you just giving us attention, that's not even an equal value. That is a waste. So, brothers, this is how most of these women think. This is what they're thinking, that you are lower, you're beneath them. And that whenever they're in your presence, that you should kiss their ass, no matter what. You should be kissing up to them for basically just for being with them. And they believe that they should do nothing more. So, brothers, get your passports.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's me, but it really seems like I'm hearing a lot of women out here who claim to have all this money, claim to have all these nice things, claim that they do the most, they have the most, they go the most places, that they're always traveling. Like, y'all claim money isn't really a thing for you, and yet you're so pressed about somebody else's pockets. Like, when since did being a regular person who pays bills, who has a job, who can live on your own, when since is that broke? Last I checked, broke would be like you have no money, like you have no income, you don't have, like, that's broke. Like, why are we talking about the gainfully employed being broke?
Speaking that truth, man. Yo, and this is what most of these women were talking about for the past couple of years. Now we're going to see how they change their tune in the next couple of months, how things are not going the way they would like it to be, because big government basically had cut them off right now. So we're going to see how they operate as far as government cut them off from jobs, even the food. So we're going to see if they're going to come right back and accept the 50-50.
The more money and more status a man has, the less he's going to tolerate your fuckery. So in other words, if he's attractive, he has money, he has options, like that. You want some bullshit? Get the fuck up out of here. Kick you out of his house, have another girl, or call another girl right there and then, or he'll like leave you dry. Like, he won't give a shit. A man's tolerance to woman bullshit 9 out of 10 times is directly proportional to the amount of options he has. That's true. So the more women that are chasing him, the less patience he has for the bullshit, right? Because let me be very honest with you guys, even more so honest. Women are not fun to be around. You guys are annoying. You're not that interesting. You're not that intelligent. You don't really add too much to the conversation. There's not really much that men and women actually have interest in. Most of the time when men are pursuing you, it's just sexual, at least in the beginning, especially. So men aren't really that interested in women like that. Okay, now I know some of you guys might not like hearing that, but that's just the truth. At least the attractive ones. The losers that want their balls dropped or that want to get beat up and shit like that, yeah, they'll sit there and pretend to be entertained. But men that like have options that are attractive that you actually fucking want, they're not really that interested in talking to women. Because hyper-masculine men, that women are attracted to don't like being around women because they want to make money, they want to be in the gym, they want to be pursuing things. And guys that are hyper successful understand being around women, you're losing money most of the time, and you're losing time, and you could be doing something productive. So,
yo, that is true. Yo, whenever you're in women time, you're being less productive and you're losing a lot of money, whether it be time or spending money on them. It's kind of like leeches. They are taking money from you no matter what. So that's why when it comes down to, you know, people say that, oh no, I never paid for the box. I never paid. Yo, you paying with it with your time and your resources of her being around you. So no matter what, you know, you're losing money because you could have been doing something else to make money. Or you could have been relaxing, but usually whenever they're in your presence, of course, you know, they want to be entertained. Let's move on.
You couldn't handle a strong, independent black woman like me, so you have to go overseas to find a relationship.
Those women just want to use you for your money. Why doesn't anyone want to be a stepdad anymore?
Fine, leave the country to find a woman. We don't need you anyway. I don't know how to do this.
What's for dinner tonight?
Whatever you want, but I know it's for dessert.
Yeah, shouts out to the AI brothers making these videos. Let's move on. Yo, so she got a good message. Check it out.
Men, hear me well. From today, after encountering this video, make it your mandate that you are going to protect your seed no matter what. Some of you don't realize that the more you keep on sleeping with different women, the broke you become, the broker you become.
Depends.
Life is spiritual. And some of these women that you sleep with, they actually come from the marine kingdom. These spirits are able to bring women who are enticing to your eye. Then you sleep with that woman. You don't actually you don't realize that that woman was there to collect your semen. And in your semen there is DNA, there is life, and suddenly your life is destroyed. Why? Because you didn't understand that life is spiritual. You need to understand that in your loins lies the next greatest prophet, lies the next president, lies the greatest inventor, lies the next billionaire. But these things will never actualize because you are a man who is reckless with their seed. I am not preaching self-love here. No. I am preaching what men of stature, the mentality that they have. If you see a great man, just know they understand that it is important to protect my seed as a man. Not every woman should have a privilege to carry my seed. Not every woman should have the privilege to even bear me a child. In your loins lies the next king. But you will not know this because you think that life is all about pleasure. You think that life is all about self-gratification. But you do not realize that the minute the enemy is exposed to your seed, your life is destroyed forever. Men of stature don't sleep around. Men of stature don't give their seed to just any woman that they see on the street. Men of stature understand that in their loins lies greatness, and not any woman or any kind of woman is privileged to bear him an heir or a princess. Somebody might say, I'm too spiritual. Let me come back to the natural.
Before she touched on that, I want to touch on that one point that she said of man of stature. You know what? When it comes down to it, this is one of the biggest things I disagree with. Women trying to define a man. What is a high valuable man? What is a man that has money or even successful man? No, women cannot do that. Just as much as women like to say that a men cannot say what is a woman or how men cannot say what's a real woman, it's the same thing with women stating that, because a lot of times they love to say what is a real man. And no, I don't rock with that. I don't let a woman say what is a real man because they're not a man. They don't even know what it's like to be a man or even walk in the shoes of a man. So the same thing with this. Although I agree with 90% of what she's saying, but that's one thing I'm definitely going to flat out disagree with what she's saying.
Some of you men, you impregnated one woman. Ever since you slept with that woman, your life went downward. That woman has been nothing but a pain to you. She has been nothing. She steals your peace. Like anything that has to do with that woman is a headache. That is because you didn't realize that all the enemy had to do was to catch your seed and put it in the wrong woman. And then he knew that he doesn't have to fight you. He just needs to keep on using that woman to destroy you. So from today, king, act like a king. Protect your semen. And if this video blessed you, please share it also with your brothers so that we can have men of stature in our society. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, one thing I definitely want to say I agree with her on is that yes, we must protect our seed. We must protect who we will be with, the type of women. As we see from these other videos, these other women, they are not worth our seed. They are going to give us nothing but headache. But, you know, you got to think about this. This is why it's very important. I tell you guys, go out there and travel, go see the world, go see how women are outside the United States, because that will determine what type of women you want in your life. Do you want a headache, or do you want someone who's going to be right there who's going to have your back? Do you want someone that's going to compete with you, or you want someone who's going to be on your side no matter what? So those are very important questions to ask yourself.
One of the first things you'll notice is that an Eastern woman doesn't want to compete with you. We have a strong concept of teamwork. And when you choose a woman from this part of the world, she's gonna see the two of you as one unit with a common goal. An Eastern woman won't constantly be trying to one-up you or prove that she can do everything you can, which is just another way of saying she doesn't really need you. Being strong and independent isn't a woman's goal here. It's more about functioning as a team. She feels empowered by having a successful relationship. We have more traditional gender roles. To us, it's not a problem to admit the strengths and weaknesses of each sex. We have no desire to look like men or act like men. And unlike the current mood in the West, we actually appreciate a healthy dose of masculinity. We readily acknowledge that men are better at some things and women are better at others. A concept that's become blasphemous to say out loud in the West, even though it's obvious to anyone with half a brain. Yes, women are more emotional and men are more logical. Women are more intuitive and men are more decisive. And that's okay. We succeed by using our individual strengths to the advantage of both of us as a couple.
That's right. Woo, she's spitting the facts. Just like what I said, you know, women in the East, as far from the West, they are trying to be your companion. They're trying to work together on the goal to be successful or to be, you know, to have a good life compared to women in the West. And we're not saying all women, of course, you know, this is, you know, just that it's in the culture. A lot of the women in the West, they want to compete. They want to show that they're just as good as men. And it's like, man, we don't even care about that. All we want is someone who's going to be by our side and actually going to take care, going to be a helpmate to us, you know, as far as, you know, doing things in our life compared to someone that's competing and constantly going back and forth with us and trying to fight with us because they're trying to prove something. We don't like that. That's too much chaos. We want peace. Let's move on. Of course, I have to share some eye candy. I may have to mute some of that. So if you guys see, you know, halfway through the actual video and it gets muted, it's because of YouTube. You know how it is. They like to copyright everything, especially my channel. But hey, let me know what you guys think about the videos that I've shared. You know, don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to leave a like. Of course, this is the Solo Traveler ORD, and I'm out.